Hello my dear students, our today's chapter is second chapter or second unit, which is e-business and its applications. So we have learned what is e-commerce. E-commerce is buying and selling of the goods and services over the internet. E-business is nothing but doing the business, conducting the business activities on internet or using the electronic media or electronic format. It is also known as e-commerce also. It means using the web, using the internet, externet, etc. for buying and selling of the goods and services. It includes the wide spectrum of activities like processing payments, supply chain management, customer relationship management, sharing the information. So all these factors are included into your e-business activities. Okay, so now let's learn how the e-business has been launched, or how you can launch the e-business. First, identification of the product or the services to sell. This is the most crucial step in finding out the e-business or setting up the e-business. It will define the future course of activities for the e-business. It is important that the product or services undergo with a certain consideration should have the high sustainability, high margins, execution capability by the entrepreneur. Analyzing the past and present situation of an entrepreneur plays a very important role into the setting up the e-business. You have to understand what is the past and what is the future of your product. Future trends can give insight to choose right product and services. Spotting a current trend in the right time can help the business to come into the scenario and earn the maximum benefits or profits out of it. So first is identifying the particular kind of product or services to sell. Second point is screening of a manufacturer or service provider. Idea is of no use if there is not put in the practice. Feasibility and sustainability of your business plays a very important role over here. You have to identify who will be your manufacturer, who will be your service provider, where you can get your raw services to give to your customers. Decisions on local or international sourcing, cost of production, quality, packaging, supply chain, pricing, branding strategies, this needs to taken into the consideration. Need to consider at this stage. Balancing demand and capacity are also deciding factors for success of several e-businesses. Okay, once you screen the manufacturer or service provider, your next step is making the business model. You have to make the model which will be follow as a blueprint for your entire businesses. Business model is a plan for successful operations of the business, identifying the sources of revenue, intended the customer base, product, detail about the financing. It is a conceptual structure that supports the visibility of a product or a company and explain how the company operate and make the money, how it is intended to achieve their goals. So this is your business plan or a business model. Is a few enterprise should cover startup cost, a source of financing, and target customer base for your businesses, projection cost, production cost. All this will be included in your business model. Next is a branding decisions. Once your model is ready, you have to brand yourself or you have to market yourself. The brand name is for the business should be simple and easy to remember. Apart from the extremely persistent, consider availability of the brand. Consistency, availability of your brand is very important, and various social media platforms, presence of your brand plays very important. Brand name should be able to identify with a business, and it should be easily recognized by the customer. Care should be taken not to break the trademark right any of the company. You should be having your own copyrights and trademark for your logo, because logo plays a very important role over here. So whenever anytime you will see the Zomato ka Z, it will be your Zomato. It will be if it is a Starbucks logo, then you will identify this is this particular kind of brand. So this branding plays a very important role. Last step is developing and launching the website. Developing the website will secure the online presence of the business. IT infrastructure need to be highly dynamic and robust. Websites that are not well designed tend to perform poorly and have suboptimal Google Analytics metrics like high bounce rate, low time for the sites, a low page per visit, low conversions, under friendly interference on mobile desktop, effectively generation, which will also gives a lot of lead for your websites. So these are the basic steps for launching the e-businesses. Now we will see important concepts in e-businesses. There are various concepts which are there in your e-business. The first one is your data warehousing. So now we will understand what is data warehousing. Data warehouse is a large collection of the business data used to help the organization to make the particular kind of decisions. This is called as your data warehousing. It is a system that pulls together the data from many different sources within the organization for reporting and analyzing. The report created from the complex situations. Reports are created from the complex situation, complex queries within the data warehouse are used to make the business decisions. The large amount of data in the data warehouse comes from different places such as internet applications like marketing, sales, finance, customer facing various application, external partners, social media sites and so on. Warehouse data must be stored in manner that's secure, reliable and easy retrieve and easy to manage. It is also ensure the higher data quality, data integrity for second decision making. Data warehouse are expensive to the scale. Do not excel at a handling raw, unstructured and complex data. So this is about your data warehousing. So our second concept is customer relationship management. For every business, whether it is a traditional, whether it is the online business, customer is the king of the market. Without customer, you will not be able to succeed into your business. Customer relationship management is an important concept in e-businesses for collecting the data about the customer and provide them the effective services. CRM is aimed to get relevant insights from every customer interaction. CRM help the customer retention. Customer relationship is better than customer acquisition as it is very cost effective. It determines the customer needs and help in asking or taking better inventory choice. It also solves the various issues like marketing, sales, customer services, customer loyalty. So this all can be taken care in the customer relationship management. Second, it has come to the electronic customer relationship management is the use of internet-based technologies such as emails, websites, chat rooms, forums for the customers and employees to connect and interact. It needs to complete management support and commitment along with the suitable IT infrastructure to implement organization-wide CRM policies, and it also helps in real-time taking the data. Okay, so this is about your customer relationship management. Now it comes to your supply chain management. Supply chain is two-way flow of information, products, money between the vendors and the final customers through the different organization. It also helps in internal and external in its natures and helps to removing the barriers to transfer the men, material, machines and goods. Supply chain management system can be also IT applicable system for optimizing the whole supply chain. Supply chain management is fundamentally concerned with integration of activities both with or between the organization. IT system plays a crucial role in as supply chain management as key of enable supply chain integration. Benefits of your supply chain management: fluidity of the delivery, inventory management. This also helps in your managing the inventory. Cost management within the procurement, production, distribution work, proper use of the processing time, avoidance of the bullshit or a bullwhip of effect. Okay, so this is about your supply chain management. So we have learned the concept of data warehousing, customer relationship management, supply chain management, and now we are going to learn the next concept, which is enterprise resource planning, ERP. ERP is also most important part of your e-businesses. System is designed around the common defined data structure with a common database. ERP system provide access to enterprise data from multiple activities using the common contrast and definition and user experience. Example of your ERP systems specific business benefit include improved business insight, lower operational cost, enhanced collaboration, improved efficiency. It also consistent infrastructure is there, Then high user adoption rate, reduce the risk and lower management and operational cost. ERP system brings order to the chores by avoiding the need to maintaining the separate database for them. With a secure and centralized data, everyone in the organization can confident that data is correct, up to date and complete. Data integrity is assured for every task performed throughout the organization. So this is very important process into this kind of thing. Okay, so we have learned the concept of your ERP, that is enterprise resource planning. Now the concept is about your brick mortar model of the business. We have learned the electronic model. Now we are going to learn the brick and mortar model. The term was originally used by the 19th century British thing, and it refers to buying and selling of the goods and services via the physical location of the store or on the internet or a outlet over there. It involves the face-to-face customer-employee interaction, and it is called as high contact services. It is also called as a traditional mode of business where the customer get a touch and feel the particular kind of product, and customers are able to experience the joys of shopping real-time basis as they get to try the simple product before purchase. Due to this, customers get instant gratification when they purchase the product. For example, over here we can take bank, grocery stores, merchandise stores, restaurants, multiplex, educational institutes, etc. Some of the various categories that operate the business in brick and mortar format. Example, here I can take you about online shine. You are getting the things on online, and also you have some offline stuff which is available with you. Big Bazaar, Shoppers Stop, Shiv Sagar Restaurant, PVR, cinemas, IIT are some of the specific brand based example for your brick and mortar business. Okay, so now we will learn what are the benefits of your brick mortar businesses. Touch and feel experience. Most customers try to sample the product or services before they purchase, because physical touch plays very important role over here. Brick mortars offers the opportunity to examine the product before it actually purchased. Trial of the product install confidence in customers. It is also help in reducing their cognitive dissonance that may occur after purchase of the product. Then its second point is your customer information. Through the brick and mortar considered as high contact services, there is lot of information they can collect from the customers. There is high degree of the customer interaction between the employee and the customer for conducting the purchase decisions. Such interaction make it possible for the business to get first-hand information about the customer, like their likes, their dislikes, their choices, preferences, why they are buying, why they are not buying. You can guess the things. Next, it comes to your customer service. Research has proven that more than 80% of the customer will pay more for the product they have received the great customer service. Like after sales service also plays a very important role over here. Like as I buy the car, example over here, if I get a calls every after time, that is if they are very much attentive to me, then also definitely my loyalty towards that brand will be increased. Face-to-face customer service can be a big contribution into increasing sales of the business and improving the customer satisfaction. Solving customer queries, trial of the product, sound returns, credit policies, that also plays a very important role over here. Local in nature. Most brick mortar firms are local in the nature. Understand the trends, test preferences of the local market in which they are operating. This do establish the nature of their business and long experience in such long markets. This leads to selling right products, services, right customers. Then it comes to trust. Due to the long-standing nature of the brick and mortar business, customers have lot of faith and trust over there. Mostly we don't prefer online more until and unless we have the trust on the website. Okay, so then next point is your sustainability. Brick mortars are suitable for the most type of businesses. There are no historical limitation as conduct the business. Food retailing is such an example of the online businesses is not been able to make any significant impact on the area. Okay, then low barriers of the entry or exit. It is relatively easy to enter and exit because there is less barriers into that. Such businesses are existence for several decades, so there is well defined and well structured. Like our kirana store near to our home, it is more and more time it is there. It is from the decades and from generation to generation. Okay, some challenges are there for brick and mortars. First is a limited reach. As I said, it is a limited area, so it has a limited reach for their business. They can cater only local market, not a global market. High investment, as it is a physical store, they have the higher the expenditure, capital expenditure required to set up the brick and mortar business is very high. Since real estate space is either rented or owned, it consists major expenses of the business operations. Changing customer trends, change in socio-cultural, technological trends have impact on this kind of businesses. Unorganized, more than 80% brick mortar retail is unorganized in India, with no regular, lack of laws regulated them, lack of safety, quality standards. So there is no organized thing which is there. Pricing, brick mortars cannot match the deep discount offered by the most of the online stores. Like we cannot get the discount what we get in online. So this is also the major challenges, or I can say a drawback of this particular kind of business. Thank you so much.